All right, guys, welcome back. Today we have two guests. Edward, who is a longtime friend, and he started off as a YouTube subscriber, and we really became good buds. And we have Dr. Sarah Grace Manski, and today we're going to talk about Holoport USB. And this is a really, really fascinating project. But first, I want to do some introductions first. So I'm not going to introduce you guys. Edward, Sarah, why don't you go and introduce yourselves first? Let's go with Sarah, since she's dressed for the occasion, looks like.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Manski, and I'm a professor of business and global affairs at George Mason University. I'm also the co-founder of Holoport USB, along with Edward. And we had been talking amongst each other about, how amazing Holochain is, the Holo project, the web decentralization movement. And Edward said, how do we help this grow, right? How do we put Amazon Web Services out of business? And so I talked with Art about it, and we came up with Holoport USB. So this is one of my projects. I also work on a project called Bread and Roses that's about using tokenization to build up a network of worker-owned cooperatives. And I'm a part of the Crypto Commons movement and writing a book on that.
Awesome. Cool. Edward, how about yourself? Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience here?
Well, thank you, Donald. I think I've probably known you for about a year since you started your channel, and it's been amazing, great information. Sarah, it's going on probably 2 years. And my start in crypto began in September of 2017. So I got in right before the big first bull run, and learned a ton about crypto, made lots of bad trades, didn't know much about trading at that point. And then as I studied crypto, I learned about Holochain in late 2019. And I reached out to Sarah, how we met. She has a video on YouTube about how to set up your Holoport, just like Donald, you put a video out. Mm-hmm. So in the cryptocurrency game for a long time. I'm also a doctor for almost 30 years, practicing chiropractor. So a lot of chiropractors are like tinkerers, and they like to build stuff. So I think that's how I got into the conversation with Sarah about how do we create something, or like, can we even create something to help the Holochain project? So that's where we are today.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks for the introduction. So let's get down to business and talk about this Holoport USB. So one of the things that I'm showing you here is the site, right? The Holoport USB that you guys have here. And one of the things that really caught my eye was the reason for creating the Holoport software interface run from a USB drive, which acts as a virtual Holoport, adding computing power to the Holo network, assisting its growth. That's really, really fascinating, because I have a Holoport running in my bedroom right now. And one of the things that's really annoying for me when I first got it, it was so loud and it pulled so much bandwidth from the internet, and it's pretty heavy. So, I mean, like, carrying it around with you is not like manageable. So talk to me about this Holoport USB. What is it? How does it work? How does it compare to Holoport? So I'm just going to let you guys take the role with this.
Oh, sure. So the USB has software loaded onto it. So when you plug it in to your laptop that you're not using anymore, or your desktop, and most of us have one sitting around because it seems so wasteful to throw it away in the trash, because it has so many, rare earth minerals in it. And it just seems like something you should not discard, which is a good, instinct for people. So we have these. So why not put them to use for democratizing and decentralizing the internet for the benefit of everyone? And at the same time, you're going to earn Holo Fuel when you do that. So you plug this in, and essentially it takes over that computer and says, you are now going to become a Holoport. And you'll see a list, like a drop-down list of menus that say, ask you what type of computer you have. And it will walk you through in a very simple way the install process. And once it's up and running, you just forget about it. And you will be earning Holo Fuel by hosting other people's websites. So you'll be creating the space as a part of a large decentralized data center that we all will participate in, to host the internet truly peer-to-peer. and get paid to do that.
Cool. That is awesome. That sounds amazing because I have several old computers at home that it's just sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah. And we're all about the environment, right? So we want to build the next system that is one that's regenerative and not extractive. And all the people involved in the Holochain project are part of this larger movement to build up the commons and to think about the environment and to think about how do we want to structure our society in a way that's not wasteful. So this is one distributed ledger that puts its money, where its ideology is. And we are launching on Earth Day to highlight the fact that by using a refurbished computer instead of a new miner, this is 20 times more environmentally friendly. It keeps computers out of the landfill, and it's how we should be treating all of our electronics. We should be reusing and recycling. And so that's part of the Holochain community ethos.
Absolutely.
I think a good thing, an important word for this is that they're not miners per se. We like to use the word maintainers because they have such a low energy pull. Again, and that goes back to the environmental consciousness of the whole project and reusing old computers, that we're maintaining the Holochain peer-to-peer network. And that's the key.
That's an excellent point.
Love hearing that, because I know that for a lot of us who have holoports, they're coming from across the world. They're getting shipped over, and they cost more than $1,000. Well, mine did actually, and we had to wait for a long time. So considering like all the fuel that it takes to get that over here, that's fantastic when you can just use your old computer for this. So let's switch gears and talk about vision. What is the ultimate vision? Because I hear that we want to make everything more green. I also heard that we want to kill AWS, I am totally for that. So why don't we go and talk about the vision that we have for Holoport USB?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the vision is to create a truly peer-to-peer decentralized internet. So one that is robust and resilient, that can never be shut down by a state or a corporation, right? That will be owned and maintained by all of the users. So this is democracy. This is self-sovereignty. Holochain in general is about switching over to a currency that is a mutual aid, mutual credit currency, not a currency that's a fiat currency issued by banks where they make money out of thin air and then use that money to put us all into debt and become wage slaves. The world that we're trying to build is one where we own things in common, cooperatively, democratically, where we own our own data. The Holochain system has HAPs instead of apps.
Mm-hmm.
And these HAPs, they don't collect your personal data because they can't. You have self-sovereignty. You own your data. No corporation will be able to steal your data, read your emails, own all your pictures of your family that you put up online, take down your content that you produce, like YouTube can do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's about a movement away from corporate control and taking the power and pushing it to the edges. So we're owners, we're users, we're workers, we're community members, we're all working together towards the future we want to see.
Recently, wasn't there a major YouTuber, Donald? I think it was either Anthony Popliano or another guy at that level that was turned off on YouTube. And this is exactly the purpose or the use case of why centralized companies that can basically be monarchs or kings and just flip a switch and turn you off isn't for the best interest of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there were several crypto YouTubers that were actually turned off, which is why for a lot of us, we have email lists and trying to get emails, or Odyssey, which is a decentralized crypto project, to kind of be the backups. But, they're never going to be the full backup for YouTube. And, when it comes to censorship, Trump was taken off Twitter, and I think right now Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter in order to bring back free speech. We'll see how that goes. But I think Holoport right now, Holochain, is definitely going to be a really good fight against the censorship. But let me switch to another topic here, and let's talk about inspiration. You guys are very, very busy people. Where are you finding the inspiration to do this project?
Well, Sarah inspires me because she's got 3 boys and she's so busy with them writing books, and she's flying all over the world. So I would say you do twice as much as me, right, Sarah?
Thanks. Well, any mom will tell you you become super efficient when you have kids, right? My inspiration is, look, I really want to transform the world to one that is regenerative and works for everyone, right? Where I have kids, I want them to have a future that's not runaway climate change, pollution, people suffering from food shortages and supply chain issues. And we have the technology right now at our fingertips to build the future that we want to see. Mm-hmm. We need to make that happen. If nobody's going to do it for us, the people who currently run the large corporations and the big banks and our politicians are not going to build this future for us. We have to do it ourselves. And that's a part of the whole Holochain ethos is DIY, right? Make it happen. And so part of growing this network is making that future become a reality and giving the people the tools that they need to be able to make it become a reality.
Yeah, that's great, Sarah. And for me, it's a little simpler. The fact that I'm able to make a change in the world, like my personal actions to be able to positively change the world, that fires me up so much. That is so exciting to know that I'm helping in just a small part change the world and then you're so eloquent, and obviously you've written books on crypto. You really vocalize that a little bit more, in a bigger way than me, but I'm right with you on that. And it's just so important that we have this opportunity and that we can't waste it.
Absolutely. We have a very limited window with any new technology where the pathways and opportunities get laid down. And so with crypto, it's relatively new. And so we now have relatively wide purview for using this for different purposes. If we wait too long, there may be legislation that gets passed that restricts our opportunities, or other things could happen. So right now we need to seize the moment. And that's what we're trying to do here.
For sure, for sure. So, Sarah, I know this is our first time meeting, but I've heard a lot about you. And that's literally been through Edward just talking about you for like the last 6 months. So we're like, who is this Sarah girl? And he kept on saying that this Sarah person had a direct connection to Arthur Brock, who is co-founder of Holochain. And I also heard, a little bird told me, that Arthur is also personally involved, or he has some sort of touch with this project. Mm-hmm. So how did you get that to happen? How did you get the founder of Holochain to be personally invested in this project, huh?
Well, I joke with Arthur that I knew him before he was famous. But he, to his credit, has been working on these issues and currency design for democracy for 25, 30 years. This is a lifelong project for him. And Holo is just one step in his ultimate larger goals. So he's been doing amazing work for a long time. And when I started working on my PhD dissertation, I looked around the world to see who is using distributed ledger technology for good. And of course, Arthur Brock pops up immediately, right? He's one of the very first people to see distributed ledgers and the potential they had to change the planet and think, okay, we got to use this, right? But blockchain has a lot of faults in it, the way it was built. And so he redesigned it to be a vastly superior distributed ledger. And also it's now, more environmentally friendly, et cetera. So I called him about 3 years ago and said, hey, I'm writing my dissertation. I want to interview you. And, he wasn't getting, a knock on the door every 30 seconds like he is now. So of course we chatted, we talked. So I've known him for a long time. And, I've written about Holochain in my dissertation. I've written about it in articles. And I know many of the programmers involved with the project. And so when Art and I were at this retreat in Costa Rica, we were talking about, how to use crypto for regenerative land purchasing and turn it into a commons and things like that. We were talking about this problem of limited number of holoports, right? They're just trying to get people a holoport who wanted one was a bottleneck in growing and maintaining the community. And so Holochain doesn't necessarily want to be in the business of building and manufacturing holoports. They want to be creating this amazing code and getting the holofuel perfect and everything. So we were talking, and Art was like, hey, why don't we have a USB that can repurpose your old computer, right? And I said, that's a great idea. I'll make it happen. He's got Zoom calls from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to sleep. So he doesn't really have time to do the side project, this Holoport USB side project, but he certainly has time to advise us. So he's one of our advisors, and we're solving a problem that the community has. And there are other problems, like who's going to create the HAP or the Holochain Holo app that's the clone of every corporate app right now. So who makes the HAP of Dropbox, and who makes the YouTube HAP? And so everybody who's listening to this right now or watching it should think, okay, what part of corporate America do I want to take and convert to a Holochain HAP, right? And because it's a big project that needs many hands, and we need everybody's help. So please do join this movement and help us out.
Right. I did see that on your site, there was a referral page where you can even refer yourself and to work with you guys. And that's pretty generous of Art to do that, because I feel like this project that he gave you is a very nice bonus, maybe a multi-million-dollar bonus. And that's very, very amazing. And while we're on the topic of bonuses, Edward mentioned that there were some bonuses for early adopters of Holoport USB. Do you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we're really excited about is the first 2,500, I think that's the number that Sarah and I have picked, is we are going to create a unique serialized NFT. We don't know how long it will take to do that. We do want to make these NFTs using Holochain. But so the first 2,500 purchased Holoport USBs will come with a sticker, like the cool Holochain sticker you get on your Holoport, and NFT. So the NFT will be however we mint it and send it to you. That'll be, just the process logistically that we have to do. But so that's going to be the big benefit. And we recently saw a Holochain Holonaut NFT made on OpenSea. And Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say it was 100 Ethereum for that NFT?
One of them was. They created a whole series.
I have a screenshot of it, so I promise I won't resell it. I don't think you can do that. But it looked amazing. So we're going to try to make a really, really cool NFT. Obviously, it'll have 0001 up to 2,500.
Yeah, and every time there's been a Holoport sale, they've literally sold out in hours, right?
Yeah, 8 hours.
So we're going to do this first. We're going to open this window for sale, and I expect that we'll probably sell out within hours because there's such high demand, which is amazing that people want to participate. We're pricing them at $99 right now. And, so if you are interested, definitely don't wait, because, if once they're gone, and then we'll have to figure out how to do another batch order. And, so that takes a while. But I do want everybody who's really excited to be a part of the first sale.
Yeah. And then the one thing, we're going to pick a time out, and we will have the time on the website. And a lot of people in crypto and crypto companies, they use UTC time. So it'll probably be 000 UTC time, which I think on the West Coast in the US, we're either 5 or 8 hours. I always have to look it up.
Yeah.
So it's based on UTC time. So people know they can go in and they're going to be able to pay with crypto. That's what we're setting up this week, is the shopping cart and the thing and the e-commerce, so that people can pay with crypto.
Okay. Yeah. That, you guys answered my next question, because I was literally going to ask, how much was it going to cost? Because I heard numbers like $5.99, $2.99, but $99. Are you sure you want to keep it at $99? You should have kept it a little bit higher. Keep a little for yourself. But anyways,
here's the thing. We have on our wait list right now, over 1,000 people. And the majority of people, what?
There was no marketing for that. That was literally, we didn't tell anybody.
Did nothing. We just put up a page and like just instantly people started signing up. Okay. But the majority of the people are signed up from places like Turkey. So, you know, $99 in Turkey is not insignificant, right? And so we really do want this to be a global movement and not just available to people in Europe and the United States and Canada.
Right. And people can still join your wait list over here at holoportusb.io/wait-list. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
Awesome. So guys, definitely go join that wait list. It is, like she said, $99. That is very affordable for a lot of people. And if you don't have a Holoport or you're waiting, even if you're waiting for a Holoport, I think I would just get 5. Or are we limited to 1? How many are we limited to? Is there a limit to how much a person can buy?
No, you can get as many as you want. So if you've got, you know, 3 computers or whatever, yeah, buy 3. And we're definitely like, there are so many computers out there that need to be a part of the Holo network. At this point, there is no limit because we want to decentralize the entire internet. So that's going to require lots and lots of computers.
Awesome. Awesome. Really appreciate what you guys are doing for this whole entire community, because I know I'm in a lot of crypto communities, but Holochain is definitely one where I feel like everybody is super close and everybody's like a family. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about it. And I really appreciate you guys hopping on and actually pushing this project forward. Last question, where can our viewers, our audience find more about Holoport USB and learn more about you, Dr. Grace and Dr. Edward?
Well, probably the best place would be go to our website, which is HoloportUSB.io. We have our bios there. There's also a section where you can email us if you have questions. And we're building out that website quite a bit this week. So about a week from now, it's going to be a lot more robust. Yeah, reach out anytime. Donald, you've always been great. I mean, I reached out to you through YouTube. You've taught me a ton about crypto, and the same thing with Dr. Sarah. I reached out to you through YouTube and, you know, again, learning a ton, and we're helping change the world. I couldn't be happier.
And we're going to create a community forum page as well. And we have a Twitter account that right now doesn't have a lot of tweets because we're still, you know, in the early stages, but that will continue to be updated. And, you know, so you'll hear more about us in various places, but right now the best place is our website.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you want to mention your Twitter account name? Is it like at Holoport USB or something else?
Yeah, it is Holoport USB, either underscore or .io. So,
all right.
Donald, I'll send you the link for it for the video.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll pin that all in the comments below. But anyways, Dr. Sarah, Grace, and Edward, it was great having you guys on board. Remember, guys, go to Holoport USB and join the wait list. And remember, guys, this is $99 for Holoport USB. Get as many as you can because, I don't know, you can just give one to your brother who's not using his computer or something and turn that into a node. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.